Hello, my friends. I am here tonight with a rapid review of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This was one of my very last reads of December 2025. I finished out the year. Incredibly glad that I finally read it because it is a book that was given to me by my brother for Christmas a couple of years ago, and it has just been sitting unread, even though it's gotten all kinds of acclaim. So many people recommended it, and I just kept putting off reading it. I'm not exactly sure why. I think I have a sort of love-hate relationship with V.E. Schwab's books. I either absolutely adore them or I don't like them. And I was a little afraid. It was like a 50-50 shot. The synopsis of this is that Addie ends up making basically like a Faustian bargain. So a deal with the devil. She wants freedom. She's at a point in her life where she needs to not have happen what is supposed to happen. So Addie makes this deal and is granted freedom, but the cost is that no one will remember her. So she goes back to her family. They have no idea who she is, and she has now spent a couple hundred years drifting through life, unable to make a mark, unable to leave an impression on people. She is just forgotten. And one day she meets somebody who remembers her. I really loved the writing in this book. This was one where V.E. Schwab's voice was fantastic. I loved the writing style. And I really loved the concept. I love the idea of a Faustian bargain. And conceptually, you're dealing with the questions, the big questions in life. What does it mean to be free? What does it mean to be remembered? What does it mean to be able to make an impression on other people, on the world? What does it mean to be what other people want, to be what they desire? When do you lose yourself in that? And what would you give to get those things? Is it worth your soul? So in the most basic concept, I loved the book, but I got 3/4 of the way through, and what started as a 5-star read for me slowly tapered off, and I have very conflicted feelings about the ending of this book. My own personal opinion, only my opinion, please do not come for me. I'm still processing and I'm still trying to articulate exactly how I felt, but I feel like the author was trying to give this slightly optimistic, hopeful, I'm still fighting for myself feeling at the end of the book. And what it felt like to me was that it morphed into a revenge story. And that's not where I was hoping it was going. It felt a little bit like, as much as the character grew through her time and experience, she also reverted, and the emotional growth was canceled out by her choice in the end. So like I said, I just had very conflicted feelings when we finally got to the conclusion of the book. All in all, it ended up being maybe like a 3.5 out of 5 stars for me, because I just can't reconcile how it ended. And like I said, the beauty of the writing was overshadowed at the end by the choices. So it was a little disappointing, but I'm also super glad that I finally read it, and I can say I've now read this book. So that's a win, no matter what. That's my rapid review for The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Let me know in the comments how you felt about it.